Heaven, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship BACOC. Like bacon, only better. It is a lifelong mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new souls to add to the kingdom, and to boldly seek refuge in God like no man has done before. Captain's Log, Stardate 1965. We are attempting to find Planet Refuge and to provide training and instruction to the alien life forms there. We have been searching for many, many light years. Planet Refuge appears to be nowhere in sight. Alert status. Force shields on maximum. Ahura, begin a sensor scan.
Transporter room to caption.
Kirk here, what's happening?
It appears we have intercepted a time warp beam from the future.
Captain, do we need to beam out and figure out what's going on?
I would recommend against such an action, Captain. After all, the ensign is wearing a red shirt, and statistically speaking, we may not come out of this alive. On mathematical calculations.
Enough, Spock. The ensign is brave for sure, but perhaps misguided.
Captain, we're picking up an incredibly powerful signal. It's got our photon reactors abuzz it, and my goodness, Captain, somebody's trying to beam aboard the vessel.
Captain, Commander Scotty needs your assistance in the transporter room immediately.
Kirk out. I'll be right there, Scotty. Scotty, report.
I'm giving her all I got, Captain. I can't block the signal from the future.
No transporter beam can reach that far. Not even from the 21st century.
Captain, something appears to be shaking us apart.
We are well aware of that most astute observation, Mr. Spock.
Can't that green-blooded Vulcan ever stop stating the obvious?
Captain, look! It's another captain from the future!
You've been taking lessons from Mr. Spock about stating what's right in front of you.
She's right, Scotty. Someone is beaming aboard.
Aye, Captain.
Why do you intercept us? I was just about to make a lovely cup of Earl Grey tea from the replicator, when all of a sudden we ended up here.
Captain, my sensors may be malfunctioning, but I'm detecting we're aboard a Starfleet vessel from the past.
I would listen to your robot there. He seems to know what he is talking about. Alert security. Set phasers on stun. We must do our duty.
Duty. A ship's captain's life is filled with solemn duty. I have commanded men in battle. I have represented the Federation with 27 alien species, but none of this compares my solemn duty today.
Not again, another Captain Picard monologue.
Wait a minute, Captain. These people appear to be part of the Federation. They're in Strange Clothing? They could help us out with our mission.
That's right, my sister. There is no reason to be so untrusting. We wear the symbol of Starfleet, just like you. We're just from different times.
Captains, what appears to be our problem? Maybe I can use my neural network to find a plausible solution.
Hold on there. I've got my own green skin robot you need to. His name is Mr. Spock. You two will get along famously. Security, stand down. Captain returning to the bridge. I'm Captain James T. Kirk. Pleasure to meet you. This is my first officer, Mr. Spock. You've Lieutenant Uhura. You've met Scotty, and my redshirt ensign that I will send off on a mission that she most assuredly won't return to. Well, it's not really important to know her name.
I'm Captain Jean-Luc Picard. This is Commander Riker, Commander Data, and my ensign. We were just floating out there when you picked up our signal and locked on.
Thank you for the refuge.
Captain, I'm detecting that the technology here is quite antiquated. May not help us on our mission. The technology alone is 1960s Earth era.
So, Commander Spock, what do you think of our guest's green robot?
Fascinating. Quite a lovely creation, Captain. I find myself strangely able to understand its ways.
Data, why don't you and Mr. Spock go work on some upgrades here to the system so we can get on our way to Planet Refuge?
You two were headed for Planet Refuge, Captain Picard? We've been floating around searching for too long.
Does your communications lieutenant have the capability to rearrange the flux capacitor in order to speak gibberish?
We both speak gibberish fluently, Captain.
Let's let the actual computers do the work here, Mr. Spock and Data.
How's it you humans call it, a bummer?
I'm overwhelmed by your expression of emotions here, Mr. Spock.
Surely you jest, Captain.
And you know who's going to end up doing the grunt work for this mission?
Us two, in our red shirts.
Ensigns, go to the transporter room and determine how we're going to make it to Planet Refuge.
I told ya. Captain's log, stardate 1965. We have somehow ended up on a Starfleet vessel from the past. The Captain Kirk, who speaks in a strange, halting tone, is the commander of the ship, the USS BACOC. We apparently have the same mission as these beings from our past, to get to Planet Refuge. I am concerned with violating the Prime Directive, but we must assist this crew and hopefully accomplish our mission at the same time.
Captain, I'm picking up a signal from a distant planet. There seem to be life forms.
Make it so, Lieutenant. Oh wait, this isn't my ship. Captain?
Mr. Spock and Data, can you clear up that picture some?
Planet Refuge is a wandering starship in our atmosphere.
Yes. Flying around us now, little starship. What do you see?
We picked up your subspace distress call.
You got trouble with tribbles like us?
Ensigns, beam down to the planet and check the planet for safety.
Here we go again.
Stupid red shirts.
Remember, Ensigns, contentment in all circumstances.
What an illogical thing to say, Commander.
Humans don't rely on logic to see us through, Mr. Spock. We rely on the Prime Directive. You see that little thing over there labeled the BIBLE?
Spock too. Spock, I too have always been fascinated by the humans' insistence and believing in this thing called God who gives them refuge. I thought it was just some planet they were looking for.
Captain, we need your expert assistance down on Planet Refuge. These aliens are friendly, but they need our help. They're overwhelmed with burdens to bear.
Scotty, prepare the transporter. Will you all join me?
Transporter is waiting and ready for you, Captain. She's not gonna blow today.
Captain, we have obeyed and trusted every order you have given us. Why would we stop now?
We may be heading into danger here, ladies and gentlemen, but trust me, God will see us through. Just in case, set phasers to stun.
While I agree your abundance of safety, Captain, makes complete logical sense, that whole trusting and obeying speech that Riker just gave us is making me rethink our approach.
That's the most human thing you've said all day, Mr. Spock.
What brings you folks to Planet Refuge?
I believe you called us alien life form.
Oh.
I forgot we needed some help out here.
We remain in this thing called the Prime Directive here.
We need to understand the scripture. Trust him at all times, you people. Pour out your heart to him, for God is our refuge.
Captain, I'm perplexed as to how these alien life forms acknowledge the Prime Directive.
I understand your concerns, Spock, and I know you want answers, but you won't find any in logic, because logic has none to give you. I know you have your doubts about us being here, about these alien life forms, about Planet Refuge. All I can say is, although I've been here a short time, I know you're the finest crew in the fleet. I would trust each of you with my life. So I'm asking you for a leap of faith, and to trust me.
Oh boy, there's Shewin again, monologuing.
What is monologuing, Captain?
It is a long speech made by an actor in a play or movie, as if in their own broadcasting.
Well, what she had to say was good, but no one has answered the question of our friend here.
Yeah, what does that scripture mean?
Captain, if I may, I think it means you learn to trust in a God who will provide you safety at times you most need him.
Excellent interpretation there, Commander Scotty.
Couldn't have said it better ourselves.
So, you guys know how to take care of the tribbles?
I suppose the logical solution, Captain, is we give them refuge as well.
Excellent interpretation there, Mr. Spock.
Hey, guess what? We made it through this episode alive? Yeah, that's a miracle, isn't it? Excellent interpretation there, Ensign.
Captain's log, Stardate 1965. We have successfully found Planet Refuge and provided training and instruction to the alien life forms there. A mission completed by both the original and the next generation. Kirk out.
Earl Grey tea, anyone?